August 1st, 2017. I went back through the watch history of a channel I created in 2015, and that's the first time I saw a game theory video. At least on that channel. I actually made one long before that, and it's since gone, and it's for the better, trust me. I remember either watching How Fast Actually Is Sonic or the Bullet Bill episode of Game Theory first, years before I created that channel. So imagine I'm cruising through YouTube and stumble across this video. I had the same reaction that a lot of other people did. Shock, dismay, but complete understanding. I mean, this guy had been doing it for a really long time. My channel here that you're watching right now, The Returner's Hideout, not so much. I'm about to hit my 2-year mark. And, well, when you make Final Fantasy conspiracy theory videos, some connections are going to be made. Like this one on a comment I got almost a year ago comparing my stuff to MatPat, a comment that I was incredibly flattered to get. But now, after hearing MatPat isn't going to be on my screen anymore, this comment hits a little differently. Actually, if I'm being honest, it kind of makes me want to dive in headfirst to the whole MatPat conspiracy thing. You see, I've always kind of envisioned this channel to be a place where everybody can go and just watch videos of different kinds about the greatest JRPG series in the world. And my conspiracy theories overall do fairly well. Like this one, where I prove to varying degrees of success, based on who you ask, that Gogo from Final Fantasy VI could either be Realm's mother or Shadow's old sidekick Baram, based on anything I could find, including eye color charts. Sort of. Or how about this one that talks about an NPC from Final Fantasy II that's far more evil than the final boss could ever dream of being. I personally think that that one's my favorite one, but they're all out there enough to just make you think a little bit. They've all been super fun to make, and I've got so many more to do. I mean, I've got a Word document on my computer just loaded with ideas. But if I'm being compared to MatPat even just once, I feel like I should do the Theorist channel a little justice, right? Now, the viewers that have been here for a while have heard me say more than a few times that I want to put a lot into the channel in order for it to grow and get shown to a lot of eyes. And I've never meant it more than I do right now, and to prove that, I made a month and a half's worth of content over this weekend. And that's content of some capacity every single day. In total, there were 17 pieces of content. Right now, there's a fire in me that I haven't felt in a really long time. And by the time this video comes out, I should be almost done with February's video. More on that in a second, but first a disclaimer. I don't want to be the next MatPat. I want to be me, but the level of research he does is astounding. And that's what I want to take from the Theorist channel, the level of commitment. I'm getting all of this content out in a relatively short amount of time so I can take my time, play through each and every game, and tear them apart like I've always done. And who knows, I might stumble across something that no one's ever seen before or no one's ever talked about. And that seems near impossible, but I did bring up the connection between Stranger of Paradise and the 1600s literature masterpiece known as Paradise Lost by John Milton, so it can be done. I remember when that video started taking off, and it's not some 100 million viewed masterpiece of a video, but when it's your 5th video and you're sitting at not even 100 subs yet and it gets 2,000 views, it becomes a little something. But I have to say, I was not ready for that video to take off at all. And I knew that time spent working on a literature degree would come in handy at some point, but I certainly didn't expect it to be within the Final Fantasy series, but like fake nails, we press on. So what am I wanting to do with this video and this channel and everything? Well, being a content creator is something that I love, and I also have such a deep love for the Final Fantasy series that I just want to take that energy and love for it that I have and just, I don't know, give it my all. And that love spans over 3 decades. I brought it up in a previous video where I kind of show off the first 2 copies of the games I had ever played. I have those actual copies. Those aren't just copies I bought. Those are the cartridges that I played back 30 years ago. And I've got 2 other channel ideas that I want to launch and focus on, but I'll give more details on that way in the future. But for this video specifically, it's going to sound really crazy, and I realize that, but I want MatPat to see this video. I know it's a ludicrous thing to want, but if I were to get something similar to a blessing, right, then that's good, and that's amazing, and that I will have done more with this channel than I ever expected to do, and I've already done that. Having 3,000 subs is something I never ever thought would happen, but here we are. Now what else can I do? Now that I say that all out loud, it seems kind of dumb, but listen, we're all only here for such a short amount of time. I mean, I don't want to say too much, but I'm pushing 40, right? If I'm gonna do this in any capacity, then I gotta do it to its fullest capacity. Being a monetized YouTube channel and all of the amazing comments that I get on a daily basis, those things have all told me that up to this point I've done alright. But I want to do better than alright. So MatPat, if you ever see this, and I know the chances are small, but I would like to talk YouTube with you. Or, at the very least, allow me to thank you. You've done so many things with your channels and your platforms, and I've been a viewer for a really long time. I mean, without you and your content, Returner's Hideout probably wouldn't exist, at least in this capacity. And I certainly don't know everybody's story with the Theorist channel, but I can speak for myself and my wife, who shed a tear while watching your goodbye internet video. And I also think I can speak for the vast majority of people who saw that video when I say that we're all sad to see you go, but number one, we understand wholeheartedly, and two, you totally deserve it. You've done far more than just being another channel we watch sometimes. Some of us sleep with your videos on. You make us think. You made me think a whole lot for the last couple of years while putting together my theories, some of which people say are a huge stretch, to which I replied, name one conspiracy that isn't a stretch. And I'll say that that's just a theory, a game. I'm not gonna do that here. That's not my place. But if you want to see any of the theories that I've made, I've got a whole playlist right here somewhere. And I'm not going to figure out this whole YouTube thing overnight, so I'm going to bed. I love you all.